Girls say they want a good guy, but whenever you see a real baddie outside, she's never with the stereotypical good guy. And if you don't understand why, bro, you will always keep ending up friendzone. Or even worse than that, you as a good guy, you will try to take on the personality of a bad guy and you will crash and burn. The truth is that it's not about being bad as a person, but it's about being able to create and maintain polarity between you and the girls you meet. And to be honest, it breaks my heart whenever I hang out with my male friends who are totally outside of the dating seduction world, but they are still single and they would still like to meet women. And so those guys are obviously good guys by society's standards, as in they meet girls, they buy them drinks, they invite them to the restaurant, and they get strung along all the time. Probably you have friends like that, or probably you are like that. And it's a real problem because you end up investing so much energy, time and resources in girls who just appreciate you for being there and being nice, but who never want more with you. The thing is that bad guys are not bad people. They are called bad because they do what they want and they put their own needs above the needs of the woman that they are meeting. And the thing is that as a result, they may come off sometimes as a little bit selfish or bad, but in practice, in truth, what they are doing in the mind of the woman that they talk to is that they are creating polarity. The fact that they are not easy, that they don't always say yes, they don't always go along with what the girls say, does not make them bad people, but it makes those guys hard to reach. And that's what girls like. There is a very simple principle in psychology. It's the idea that people don't value what they get easily or for free. And so if you're a guy and you go up to a girl and you always say yes, and you're always nice, you always give her what she wants, she's not going to value you because it's too easy to get things out of you. You need to become a little bit more bad in the sense that it's not easy to get things out of you. It's not easy to get resources out of you. It's not easy to get time and attention out of you. That's why girls say that they want a good guy who's gonna care about them, but they always end up with the emotionally unavailable guy who only sees them whenever he feels like it. Girls say they hate that, but in practice, inside of them, subconsciously, unconsciously, they crave this behavior because it makes them excited. It's exciting to have to chase a guy when you don't know whether or not you will get the approval or the time or the attention of that guy. It's not exciting to talk to a guy when you know that he will always give you what you want. And you can even go further with that. If you, as a guy, always give girls what they say they want whenever they say they want it, they know also that you don't just do this with them in particular, but you probably also do this with every woman you meet. You're gonna understand that being a good person as opposed to a bad guy basically means to women that you are easy. And the problem is that being easy communicates to women that you don't have other options, since you never say no to whatever she asks you. And if you don't have other options, it's easy for girls to think that you're not actually attractive. So see, it comes from a good place, you trying to be a good person, but the consequence of that and the way women are going to interpret that is going to come off as you being very unattractive to them. Your goal is not to become a bad person. Your goal is to become a person who gives whenever they feel like giving. That's the difference between a bad person, a nice guy, and a good guy. You want to become the good guy with a strong backbone, but who's only going to give whenever he feels like giving. If you find it difficult to be this genuine good guy, authentic to yourself, without giving too much to women that you meet, and without ending up being needy and friendzone, check out the links below this video. I have a bunch of free resources for you. What this means in real life is that you need to become more unpredictable. You need to become more decisive. You need to add more polarity and more tension in whatever you do when you're talking to women. Basically, they should never know your next move because they know that you're not going to go with the socially accepted and expected good guy behavior. Maybe you're going to say something that's a little bit risky because you genuinely don't care, and she might like that or she might dislike that, but it's this maybe this guy is going to do something that I will love or hate that's very exciting and that creates polarization with women. In practice, for example, when you meet a girl, it means saying that risky joke that you're afraid she might get offended if you say. It means escalating with her physically, but also in terms of the topics that you talk about. You see, most guys, when they talk to a girl, it's like the most boring small talk ever. Where do you come from? What do you do? And yes, there is a place for that, but at the beginning of the conversation, most guys, they do this for the entirety of their conversations with girls, and that's not enough. You need to take social risks. You need to make her talk about herself. You need to tease her. You need to flirt with her. Basically, whenever you talk to a girl that you like and you think, oh, if I say this thing, she might dislike it, it's a strong sign that you need to say this thing or that you need to do that thing. That's why myself and most dating coaches anyways, they will always tell you to lead hard your interactions toward the date with girls that you meet, because that's the unpredictable behavior we're talking about. That's the behavior of a guy who doesn't care about what the girl is gonna think of him. He's just going to do his thing, and as a result, girls are going to love him even more. Now, keep in mind, this is not a foolproof way, okay? By doing whatever you want and being polarizing, you're still going to lose girls. But the good thing is that when you do this, you lose the girls who never liked you anyways. And the girls who actually liked you, they like you even more. Bad boys are not bad because they are selfish, but they are bad because they take social risks to lead their interactions with women to whatever they want. And to girls, it feels good because they never see that. They always see guys who are too afraid to make a move, who are too afraid to say something that's going to bother other people, who are too afraid to lead because they might get rejected. If you stop being afraid of being rejected for doing what you want to do, this is how you get out of the good guy prison you've been stuck in for so long. To be honest, when I started coaching people, this was kind of the cornerstone of my coaching. Doing this insane thing that you're so afraid to do, but that you want to do anyways because you're tired and done being boring, average, and the usual good guy that doesn't get girls. Not being a nice guy and becoming a little bit of a bad guy, which is again in truth just being a good guy with a backbone. Well, doing this is not being cruel or being selfish. It's actually about being able to create tension and understanding that women who like you actually crave that tension. Again, if you want to go deeper with this, check out the links below this video. I have a few step-by-step process on how to approach women from stranger to lover while becoming that good guy with a backbone who authentically gets girls. At the end of the day, you have to stop being safe and you have to start being polarizing because this is what will skyrocket your results with women. I kid you not, the average guy sleeps with 7 women in his entire lifetime. You can multiply this number by 100 if you start taking risks now. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, subscribe, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.